right, Ashlyn and Wesley, we have started learning our 8 parts of speech. We've only started learning 1 part, and that is the verb. So we have learned that every sentence has 2 parts, the subject part of the sentence and the predicate part of the sentence. We learned that within the predicate part of the sentence is our simple predicate or our verb. So if we have the sentence, the boys played ball together. Just to reiterate and review just a moment. The boys played ball together. Who or what is our verb, or what's our verb? Played. Who or what played? Boys. And so I'm sorry, I'm still back in the other language class. So boys played. So we will divide, put our vertical line to divide our subject part of the sentence from the predicate. Played ball together is the predicate part of our sentence. Our simple predicate is just played. It's the actual verb. Okay? Our actual subject is boys. The boys is the subject part of the sentence. Played ball together is the predicate part of the sentence. The verb is found in the predicate part of the sentence, which is played. Okay? So we talked about that, and we talked about action verbs. An action verb is something you can stand up and do, and we did lots of that yesterday. So I want you to go ahead and open your language books to page 109. Now on page 109, after sentence number 1, the goose waddled blah 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 blah, you're going to have a box and a box. Go ahead and draw that on your paper. And then there's another sentence that goes with number 1, da 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 da. You're going to have done and done. You are going to do this as an interactive worksheet, but I want to make sure you understand what to do. So let's read number 1. It says the goose waddled to its nest. What is our verb in that sentence? The sentence is about the goose. What did the goose do? It waddled. So waddled is our verb. So in your first box, you are going to, well, first you're going to underline it twice. And then you're going to write it in, or you're going to type it in the first box at the end of that sentence. Then the next, right under it, not number 2, but right under this first sentence in number 1, it says the goose walked to its nest. So what's our verb in that sentence? What did the goose do? It walked. So walked is our verb in that sentence. Underline your verb 2 times. You won't underline on your interactive worksheet. You'll just write it in the line. Walked. And then you're going to look at those 2 verbs, waddled and walked. Which one of those verbs makes a clearer picture of what that goose did? Now, if we say the goose walked to its nest, you can kind of just picture some walking going on. But if you say the goose waddled to its nest, you can see that goose waddling all the way to its nest, right? So waddled is our clearer verb, our verb that makes the better picture. So all you're going to have to do is click on that box beside waddled, and a check mark will appear, and that is how you will do that exercise on Think D. Okay? And that will be done on your interactive worksheet. Don't message, I don't care if you message me, but you don't have to message me and say, Ms. Whitman, I don't know how to make a check mark on here. You don't have to make the check mark. Just click the box and the check mark will appear. Okay? So that's how that exercise will work. So go ahead and look at Remember F. We're reviewing back. We're thinking back to our punctuation that we have learned. So it says, place all necessary punctuation in the following sentences. Number 1 says, Jenny, please start the dishwasher, wipe the counter, and sweep the kitchen floor. So I have a direct address here. I am addressing Jenny, and I'm asking her to do a list of things. So I'm going to need several commas in this sentence. Jenny, comma, please start the dishwasher, comma, wipe the counter, comma, and sweep the kitchen floor. My sentence needs a period at the end. Okay? Number 2, Mom asked, did you remember to start the dishwasher? So I have a direct quotation here. Mom is speaking. So I have some quotation marks I'm going to need. I'm going to have to use a comma to set off my quotation marks. And my sentence is asking a question. So here we go. Mom asked, comma, quotation marks. Did you remember to start the dishwasher? Question mark, quotation marks. Number 3, no, Mom, I forgot, but I'll do it now, answered Jenny. This sentence has lots of stuff. It has a direct address. It's beginning the sentence with the word yes or no. It's a direct address, direct quotation, and there's no punctuation at the end. So here we go. Quotation marks, no, comma, Mom, comma, I forgot, but I'll do it now, comma, quotation marks, answered Jenny, period. Okay, y'all got all that? Number 4, our field trip is on Friday, April 4th, 2008 at 10 o'clock. All right, so we have some dates. We have a time in here. So here we go. Our field trip is on Friday, comma, April 4th, comma, 2008, comma, at 10, colon, remember our dot, dot, o'clock, period. Number 5, Little House in the Big Woods was written by Laura Ingalls Wilder. So here we have the title of a book. Titles of books and magazines are always, say it out loud, I can hear you, underlined. So we are going to underline Little House in the Big Woods was written by Laura Ingalls Wilder, period. So the title of the book was Little House in the Big Woods, and that should be underlined. Turn to page 110. On page 110, before we start talking, if I write the word cupcake, you are going to tell me that cupcake is what kind of a word? Think about it, think about it. It is a compound word. If I wrote the word baseball, what kind of word is baseball? It is a compound word. Now, what makes these words compound words? The fact that there is 2 words in each sentence. Cup, cake, baseball. Not in each sentence, but 2 words making up 1 word. Cupcake, baseball, mailman. 2 words make up that whole big word, mailman. So these are compound words. So today we're going to start talking about compound verbs. So when we have a sentence with compound verbs, just like a compound word is made up of 2 little words put together, a sentence with a compound verb has 2 verbs in it. So look at page 110 at the top in your blue box. It says the lion snarled and roared at the crowd. Our sentence is about the lion. What did the lion do? He snarled and he roared. He did 2 things. That means that this sentence has a compound verb. Now I want you to notice the word that is in between those 2 compound words. He snarled and he roared. So those 2 words are joined together by a conjunction and. Pete sold his bike and bought a microscope. Who is our sentence about? Pete. What did Pete do? He sold and he bought. Whenever you have a conjunction in the predicate part of your sentence, you need to take note and stop and look. Do I have 2 verbs in this sentence? Is this conjunction joining 2 verbs together? Because sometimes, like in snarled and roared, the verbs were right there on each side of the and. But sometimes, like in this sentence, Pete sold his bike and bought a microscope. There was a few more words in between the conjunction and the verb. So whenever you have that conjunction, Stop and ask yourself, is this joining another verb to the first verb that I found? Okay, he has passed the test and won the award. What is our verb? Has passed. I see a conjunction, and. He has passed and won. There are two verbs in that sentence making this a compound verb. Okay, look at right A. It says write compound verbs for the following sentences. You may add as many words in the predicate as you wish. So Samantha blank and blank her baby brother. So I'm just going to let you guys do 1 through 5 on your own. You're just adding words in to complete the predicate, making sure that it has a compound verb in it. Think B. It says study these sentences with compound verbs. Circle the words which connect the verbs. Thomas cut the grass and raked it into many piles. What did Thomas do? He cut and raked. Okay? Go ahead and circle your connecting word there, or your conjunction and. Frantically, the man shouted and waved his hands. What did that man do? He shouted and waved. So circle your conjunction and. Dad packed and stored our furniture before moving. What did Dad do? He packed and stored. We have a compound verb. Circle your conjunction and. The horse jumped over the fence and galloped across the field. What did the horse do? The horse jumped and galloped. Compound verb. Cattle inspectors examine herds and select healthy cattle. What do the inspectors do? They examine and select. So we have a compound verb. Circle your conjunction. And think C. It says underline the compound verb 2 times and circle each connecting word or each conjunction. We sang and talked for hours. What did we do? We sang and talked. Sang and talked should be underlined twice and should be circled. The whole family cleaned and painted our new house. What did the family do? They cleaned and painted. Cleaned and painted should be underlined twice. Put a circle around your conjunction and. My baby brother just eats and plays all day. Brother does what? He eats and plays. So eats and plays are your verbs. Underline it twice and circle your conjunction word and. The electric current weakened and then stopped completely. What did that current do? It weakened and stopped. So underline twice, weakened and stopped. That is your compound verb. And circle your conjunction and. London Bridge burned and collapsed long ago. What did London Bridge do? It burned and collapsed. Underline burned and collapsed 2 times. That is your compound verb. And circle your conjunction and. The townspeople rebuilt and reopened the bridge, however. What did the townspeople do? They rebuilt and reopened. Underline rebuilt and reopened twice. That is your compound verb. And circle your conjunction and. Mother washed and ironed my shirts for me. What did Mother do? She washed and ironed. Underline your compound verb 2 times. Circle your conjunction and. Some hamburgers cooked and sizzled on the grill. What did the hamburgers do? I'm sorry, I started thinking about hamburgers would be good tonight on the grill. What did the hamburgers do? They cooked and sizzled. So cooked and sizzled is your compound verb. Underline it twice and circle your conjunction and. The police car turned and stopped in our driveway. So what did the car do? It turned and stopped. Underline turned and stopped 2 times. That's your compound verb. Circle your conjunction and. The diamond glistened and sparkled in the showcase window. What did the diamond do? It glistened and sparkled. Glistened and sparkled are your compound verbs. Underline them twice and circle your conjunction and. Okay? So that is all of our language class. Go ahead and you'll complete your interactive worksheet on your device, and I will see you on video call.